Ladies and gentlemen, we are one step closer to the NFL season starting, and something dropped yesterday, and unfortunately, I was hitting the Z's. I was asleep, I missed the schedule release, I was up till 4:45 and I slept 15 minutes before. I had alarm set, slept through them all. So the video's coming out a little bit late, but at the end of the day, we finally have our schedule set in place, and let me tell you guys, I am absolutely pumped and I cannot wait for the season to start. Let me know your guys' excitement levels down in the comment section below, but let's go ahead and dive into the schedule. Let's review this thing and let's see who we get to play week 1. If you guys haven't checked it out already, it is going to be the Buffalo Bills versus the Arizona Cardinals in week 1. As you guys see, we will have a 10 a.m. game and a measuring stick game against one of the best teams in the NFL who did lose their best receiver in Stephon Diggs. But let me tell you, I couldn't be more excited to play them. A lot of people might look at this and be like, dang, we have one of the best teams in the league. Nah, we get to see exactly how good we are and exactly how we're made. If we're a good team, we're going to be competitive and we are going to win this one. I genuinely think that the Buffalo Bills are going to go through a little bit of a struggle early on, maybe through the first 4 weeks. It's an adjustment period. They lost Gabe Davis, they lost Stephon Diggs. Now the Arizona Cardinals are amped up and teams don't know how to treat us. So we might walk into here and actually get a win. I'm very confident about it. Then we go to week 2 where we play our first division game against the Rams. Again, another tough opponent. We seem to drop games against the Rams like crazy. Sean McVay has our number, but Aaron Donald is no longer there. So I'm not worried about this, genuinely. Like, they got Matty Stafford, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They have Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua expected to be fully healthy unless something goes wrong in training camp, which knock on wood does not happen. And you want to see how good of a team you are by beating the best. You don't want to beat up on some sorry teams unless it's in the playoffs. I'll take a cakewalk to the Super Bowl. I do not care. We have never won one, but the Rams, I do love this. I love playing a division opponent early on, see exactly what we're made of, like I said, and that doesn't stop anytime soon as we go to week 3, where we played the Detroit Lions, who made the NFC Championship last year. And honestly, they should have won this game. They lost by 3 to the 49ers. I'm pretty sure they had a lead and they just choked it away. Very unfortunate for Detroit, but Detroit, they are building something special. They just extended Jared Goff. I'm not expecting them to take a major decline. This is still a 10+ win team right here. So if we can come into here and literally in this 3-game stretch walk away with 2 of them, I'm not going to complain. If we walk away with 2, I'm going to be preaching to the choir how we're a playoff team. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm going to get insanely delusional. But this is a good first 3 games, and I'm not mad at it whatsoever. It's a tough opponent schedule going through the first 3, but that's what I love to see. Let's see what this team is made out of early on. Then we play the Washington Commanders, who upped, and they have Cliff Kingsbury. This team is a lot better. They are not the same team that they once were. They signed Austin Eckler, who I think is kind of washed. They got Bobby Wagner. They made some decent signings. They did get Dan Quinn as a head coach. New regime. Literally everything is completely new in Washington. So this isn't the same football team we saw last year. It's not going to be the sorry Commanders. This is probably going to be a really good football team. This is like a floor 7, potentially high ceiling, maybe 9-10 win team. And they have Jaden Daniels, rookie quarterback with Cliff Kingsbury, like we said. So I am very excited to see what he is able to do, and I would rather get Jaden Daniels early, and unfortunately we get Caleb Williams a little later on in the season, but it's whatever. We get to get this rookie quarterback early, and hopefully we can stump him, man. I really hope we can walk away with this win, and I'm feeling good about it. Then we have San Fran, one of the best teams in the league. It's going to be very tough again. These first 6 aren't free. First 8 are very difficult, actually. But again, another division opponent just made the Super Bowl last year, and they were in it. They were a very good team last year. I expect them to be a very good team this year. I don't expect much of a decline there. So San Francisco is probably going to be very good, and I could see us getting swept 0-2. But I think we're going to play them pretty close if I had to guess. Or at least I'm hoping that. San Fran is a very iffy game. I'm not sure. This one I'm not so confident about. But then we head over to the Green Bay Packers, who have Jordan Love, and that team made some noise in the back end of the season. They smoked the Dallas Cowboys, stomped all over them, and the Cardinals, again, are one of those teams that played teams tough last year. This first 6 are not easy whatsoever. This Packers team did lose Aaron Jones. I don't expect them to take a massive regress because they did sign Josh Jacobs, so you could argue that they honestly got better, and I'm expecting Jordan Love to elevate everyone around him. I think he's going to take a massive leap in year, 4? Year 5? This might be his 5th year, but I'm expecting him to take a massive leap in his 2nd year as a full-time starter, and this Packers team is probably going to be scary. I'm not looking forward to these first 8, but I do think the Cardinals are going to make some noise. Then we play the Chargers, who, again, Jim Harbaugh, the new head coach there, have Justin Herbert still. They don't have Keenan Allen or Mike Williams. He's going to be throwing to plumbers. How much does that matter? I'm really not sure, because we all know Jim Harbaugh. He loves to run that football. I mean, look at what happened at Michigan. Blake Corum was running that thing. I don't know if they're going to have the same success, but they did take Joe Alt, so I do expect them to be a decent team this year. I don't know if playoffs is necessarily realistic, but I wouldn't put it out of the question, especially with Justin Herbert, and you finally have a good head coach in Jim Harbaugh. Team isn't as talented as they were last year. They did have to make a ton of cuts in the offseason because those salaries were ridiculous. They kind of went all in. It didn't pan out for them, and now here they are, kind of rebuilding, retooling. I still expect them to be a good football team. This is going to be a very competitive game. Then we move over to Miami, who are always electric. They have Tua Tagovailoa, who I'm not insanely high on. I think he's an average quarterback, but the weapons around him are ridiculous. Raheem Mostert, if I'm not mistaken, led or was the second most amount of touchdowns in the NFL last year. Someone fact check me, let me know down in the comment section below. But this offense is going to be dangerous, and their defense isn't too shabby either. Again, this is like an 8 to 12 win team right here. Their floor and ceiling is still both high. I do like the matchup though for us. I think we can make Tua struggle, and our defense is going to step up. I think we're going to take a massive leap this year. We actually have talent now. We upped on every position, and I'm expecting rookies to take leaps too. So I think this team is going to actually elevate, and we genuinely have a chance against Miami. But then we move over to week 9 where we play the Chicago Bears. Man, I wish we got Caleb Williams in week 1, 2, or 3. I feel like with time to develop, he is going to kind of get things down. I saw videos in training camp, and his footwork looked impeccable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he looks like a pro. Obviously, it's training camp. We got to see him against real defenses, but the footwork is impeccable, and Caleb Williams does look like he's going to be a really good quarterback in the NFL. Just, man, I wish we got him early, because I don't want him to get comfortable. I wanted to be able to put the pressure on him and just snag a win from him. But this team is crazy. I think they have one of the best defenses in the league, and now they have a ton of weapons on offense. So if Caleb Williams is the player that everybody thinks he is, and I think he can be, then oh Lord. Like, this team is going to be scary. The Bears might make some noise this year. Then we move over to week 10 where we have the Jets with Aaron Rodgers and a literally up team. They just got, who is it? The left tackle, Tyron Smith from the Cowboys. Like, they beefed up this team entirely, and they kind of went all in. A lot of these players they did sign, though, are injury prone. So maybe by week 10 they're not playing. I'm not wishing that on anybody once again. Like, this team, they went out and signed like 6 very, very, very injury prone players. So I don't know how this is going to go. They need to protect Aaron Rodgers, and if they can do that, this team can make some noise. But it comes down to that. Are you going to protect your franchise quarterback? We will find out. I think this is going to be a very good game. Then we go to week 11 where we have a bye week. And then after that, we go to week 12 where we play the Seattle Seahawks, another division game. And we have a lot of those in the back end. We finished with 2 of them. And I think Seattle's not going to be as great as everybody thinks. Now, a lot of people do think the Seahawks are going to be good. I'm not one of those people. I think this is like a 5-6 win team right here. I don't think Seattle's going to be anything special, and I actually think we're going to sweep them this year, but that's just me. I'm not a Geno Smith believer. They kind of let a lot of people walk. Defense is still really good. They do have a good secondary, but it's just that team is not that great. They have a good receiving core too, but like outside of that, I'm not a believer. I like Kenneth Walker too. He always kills us, but you know. Let's hope that doesn't happen this year. The Cardinals' run defense actually exists and shows up. Then moving on to week 13 where we play the Minnesota Vikings, where maybe Sam Darnold is benched by here and we're playing JJ McCarthy. Who really knows at the end of the day? They will have Justin Jefferson more than likely, the best receiver in the entire league. So it's going to be a tough game regardless. The defense is pretty solid, but I'm not really worried about this team. I think this should be a free win. Then we move on to Seattle once again, where I think we're, like I said, I think we're going 2-0 this year. Doesn't happen very often against Seattle, but I think this is the year the Cardinals kind of change things, turn things around, and I'm very excited about it. Then moving on to week 15 where we get another rookie quarterback in Drake May. Bill Belichick is no longer there. It is Gerard Mayo. This is a completely new Patriots team, new regime. I can't wait to see how it is, but it's kind of crazy. We're literally playing the top 3 draft picks. We got Caleb Williams in week 9. We have Jaden Daniels in week 4, and then we have Drake May in week 15. Kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie, but I'm looking forward to it because it means that we could actually win all of these games with rookie quarterbacks. They might not be comfortable in year 1, so we need to capitalize on this. Then we play the Carolina Panthers, which no matter how bad they are, they always beat us. I don't know why. This is a new regime in Jonathan Gannon, so hopefully we're able to flip that. But the Panthers could always be like 1-10. And then the Cardinals play them, and we could be 10-1. And we'll drop that game. If you're a Cardinals fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It makes no sense whatsoever, but that's just what it is. I'm hoping, for the love of me, that doesn't happen. I can't watch Bryce Young and this sorry team take us over. Cardinals, I am begging you. But it is the NFL. Don't underestimate anybody. You can't walk into here, oh, we got the win, because that's where you drop it, because these are NFL players at the end of the day. But we have a better team on paper. Should not drop that one. Then we go to week 17 where we play the Rams in December. No Christmas games for us, but I think we're going to play the Rams tough. These are going to be difficult games, all of them in the division. Like even Seattle, I think are going to be pretty competitive. But I think we do beat the Rams 1-1. I'm not sure where we're going to win, but we're going to win one of these for sure. And then we play the 49ers to end it off, which could be a pivotal game. Potentially we are fighting for a wild card spot. I don't know how delusional I am, but I'm going to say we're fighting for it at that point. And we win. We beat the 49ers because they're resting everybody. Boom! That's how it's playing out, baby. I just leaked the script. You guys are welcome. And real quick, let's go ahead and recap it. At home, we have the Rams, we have the Lions, Commanders, Chargers, Bears, Jets, Seahawks, Patriots, 49ers in this order with the dates listed right here if you guys want to see it. And our home opener will be against the Rams in September 15th. Week 2. I'm pumped, man. Let's get this thing going. The Cardinals actually, I believe, sold out season tickets on the bottom floor the first time since 2009. This is a time where we could actually be electric and make some noise, man. I am excited. Let's get this thing going, Cardinals fans. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the schedule drop. I am excited. I can't wait for this personally. I think the Cardinals are going to make some noise with the 7th floor to like 10, 11 wins in the season as our ceiling. I think we're going to legitimately be in that wild card fight, and I think we are going to be able to be competitive for that 7th seed and potentially make the playoffs. I think a lot of people are discrediting us and overlooking us, but there are a lot of teams that could be sleepers in the NFC, so we're going to have dogfights left and right. But with that being said, that is pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Let me know if you guys are a fan of other NFL teams, how excited you guys are. What's the excitement level? But like I said, that is pretty much going to wrap up today's video. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.